Recently, it was suggested to me that we approach how a Jedi applies philosophy and the ideals of the path to everyday life, especially in more heated topics. So we're going to take one of the most heated topics that are currently going on, and that's politics in the United States. First, let me start off by saying I'm not a fan of politics. I'm very much in that fictional camp of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't like politicians, I don't trust politicians, I don't really like getting involved in politics. We do understand as Jedi that politics is going to affect our life. Who we vote in, who gets into office, these things are going to have an impact in our world. As such, we need to know how to approach it as Jedi. Be a Jedi. And that's just about applying our philosophy. So when it comes to politics, it can get very divisive and people can get very passionate and very fiery about their positions because these issues usually have a direct connection to their life and they're things that they care about and they want to see in the world. The question, how do you deal with politics, really boils down to the same answer: be a Jedi. Now it's an easy breakdown though when you look at this. Okay, so we're going to do it very simply. We're going to take the Jedi code and break it down, because the very first thing you should remember when dealing with politics is emotion yet peace. Be a Jedi. Okay, they're going to be appealing to emotional ideals and they're going to be appealing to emotional reasoning, such as fear. There's going to be campaigns, and it's all throughout history. It's not just this year. Fear tactics in politics has been used multiple times. So they're going to try to appeal to fear. They're going to try to appeal to anger. You know the Yoda quote, right? Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Be a Jedi. You can look around the world and you can see this very thing happening in our society. Fear is leading to suffering because people aren't fully understanding things, because they are fearful of things. They are lashing out, and that lashing out is becoming very violent, and it's creating a lot of suffering right now. And a lot of people are hurting, and that's just spreading more fear. Politicians are feeding on that, and they're trying to feed into that. Be a Jedi. As a Jedi, we know that fear is not where our focus is. Our focus determines our reality, right? We don't give in to fear. Be a Jedi. We don't give in to emotions. Yes, we feel them, and rightfully so, but we don't allow that to affect our decision making. Be a Jedi. We want to approach important decisions with that peaceful Jedi-like mind. The next line, be a Jedi. Second line of the Jedi code, ignorance yet knowledge. No one knows everything, but knowledge is available, information is available, and it is important that we take the time to fact check information, to look at the policies of politicians, to look at how they approach issues and what their stance is, and we take in all this knowledge. Be a Jedi. It's important that we listen to leading scientists of their field, such as environmental scientists. If they say, hey, if this person's president, it's bad for my field, we should listen to that. We should consider that, because it means that politicians' policies and approach is going to have a negative impact on something that we as Jedi should care about. We do have an appreciation for nature. So when someone in that field says, hey, this candidate's probably not the best solution, we need to take that into consideration. Be a Jedi. This is knowledge. This is information. This is something Jedi care about. Whether you talk about the three pillars of the Jedi, knowledge is there. When you talk about Temple of the Jedi Order, they have the three pillars, which are a little bit different, but knowledge is still there. You talk about any version of the Jedi Code, knowledge is there. When you talk about the Jedi Circle or the Jedi Compass, no matter where you go, 33 teachings, the 21 maxims, knowledge is there. So it's obviously something that's very important to Jedi. So we can't just disregard knowledge, and we can't just disregard information that actually plays an important part in understanding where we should be voting and what impact that will have on not only our own lives, but the rest of the world. The next line, be a Jedi. Passion yet serenity. We know of passion play in politics, right? Again, this is history of politics, appealing to the passions of the people. Just get that passionate vote out there. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's all about appealing to the passions. Be a Jedi. We know this is Jedi. Decision making. Where do we make our decisions? How do we make our decisions? We don't want knee-jerk reactions. We need to be objective with information. Now, we do need to be patient and kind of look at what's going on and what issues are important to us and how best to approach that. That way we know where to put our votes. Be a Jedi. Next slide. Chaos yet harmony. We live in a very diverse world. There's all sorts of life around us, and there's all sorts of different cultures, and there's all sorts of different beliefs and lifestyles and the way we approach the world around us. The Jedi community often reflects this diversity in the world. So we need to look at which candidates and which policies and issues are going to affect that harmony. Be a Jedi. We need to understand that while we're voting on issues that are important to us on an individual level, on things that will affect our lives on a daily level, we also have to keep an eye to the future, and we have to keep an eye to the world. Be a Jedi. World economics, world trade, the environment of the world, acceptance of social, cultural, and economic diversity. For Jedi, we have to understand that it's not just about us. It is about the bigger picture. So while things seem chaotic in the world, there is a level of harmony. Everything's connected, and there is going to be a larger impact. Ripples in the pond. We have to take that into consideration when we are looking to vote. Be a Jedi. So to sum up, it's really easy. Seek knowledge. Don't give in to the emotional and passionate plays of candidates. Don't give in to the backbiting and the personal attacks and the insults. And unless you've actually sit down with them on a near daily basis and are having lunch with them, you really don't know anything about them. And you have to keep that in mind. So what are you voting on? You're not voting whether or not you like them. It doesn't matter if you like them. What matters is their policies. What matters is the impact they are going to have on the world. What impact they're going to have on their life. Where do they stand on the issues that relate to you? As Jedi, we need to keep that Jedi mind about us no matter what. Be a Jedi. Thank you for watching. You can like, dislike. I mean, I understand if you dislike my politics, boo. Share if you want to. Subscribe if you haven't. Alright, I'm out of here. May the Force be with you. Be a Jedi.